Hey everyone. If you're sick of seeing all this Dijkstra on the ladder with all those townsfolk that's stacking up, then I have exactly the deck you need. And it's called Full Destruction Eithne, and it's a deck from Azikov. And as always, you're looking at the general gameplay plan, then at the cards and the synergies of the deck, then we're looking at the mulligan, and then we're going to check out how this deck plays in 2 example matches. If you like what you're seeing, then consider subscribing down below. It will give you weekly in-depth deck guides about Gwent, and we're also doing weekly Witcher D&D sessions, so to say, every Monday at 7. We actually live stream this on YouTube, so you can check that out as well. And with that, I would say let's head right into the deck guide. Let's start with the gameplay plan. The idea is that we play 2 long rounds, because we have 2 burn cards and we want to set them up as best as possible to burn as much as possible. So that's the best way to do it is to play 2 long rounds. We also have some engine cards through What is a Brokilong, but that's just an aside way. The idea is to burn everything, and that's why we need 2 long rounds. Also, to be able to burn everything, we need last save around 3. So we need to win round 1. That's also why round 1 is probably longer, because we don't forfeit as easily. We try to push as much as possible. And that's also why we use our engines early in round 1, which is mainly What is a Brokilong, but we also have Elven Swordmaster, for example. We have the Dryad Fledglings. Elven Swordmasters are even double good, because we can use them to set up, for example, a Shirru in round 1. So we try to win round 1 through the engines, and then we plan round 3 right from the start, already to line up all the burn targets for, let's say, Geralt Igni, for example, because you wanna play Shirru kind of like in round 1 and Igni in round 3, because Igni has often more potential than Shirru, and often in round 3 people try to go higher, while in round 1 they typically try to play their bronze units, so to say, especially except they really wanna win. But anyway, we plan on really from start to line up everything already. We move the pieces into position, try to line them up, like, let's say, not have an 18 and a 10, but have 2 15s, for example, or like, I don't know, bring the 18 down to 10 already, so you can burn 2 10s, and so on. And we can do that through our full destruction cards. We have 2 of them. The first one is Geralt Igni, and the second one is Shirru. Geralt Igni can burn a whole row, basically burns the highest units, so it's not single target, it's actually multi-target units on a row, but the row needs to have a power above 20, which also means that you want to play long rounds, because otherwise Geralt Igni won't find value, because you can't simply use it, because the enemy doesn't even have 20 power on a row, and they will try to play around it. So Geralt Igni is our hopefully round 3 finisher, while as Shirru we try to use round 1 to line up the freeze. It's also notable that he destroys himself, so we typically don't want to buff stuff up to hit it with Shirru, but we want to get enemy units down to 3, so we get more value out of Shirru. And often he becomes a 9, a 12, sometimes even more than like a 15 or something. Note also that he will destroy himself in burning, so you can't count his power to like the power when you calculate how much you can burn. We can use a lot of cards to set up those cards. And let's quickly look at them. We have Art, we have Tainted Ale, and we have the Brigade, and also Kieran. Geralt, Art, the Brigade, and Kieran are in there because they can move units. This is especially useful in round 3, or when you want to play Geralt Igni in round 1, because first of all, you need to ensure that you have at least 20 power on the row, so Geralt Igni triggers at all. But you also want to use the movement so you can line up the units. So you can, for example, can hit like 3 10s, I don't know, 3 7s. 3 7s is probably more likely. Maybe you can even like hit, I don't know, 4 6s. If you play against the Dijkstra who stacks up Townsfolks, and you can like line up the Townsfolks all in a row by moving them into the row, even better. You can just burn their whole engines. Nice. So Geralt Art not even moves for unit, but he can actually damage them by 2 as well. So you can use Geralt Art to line up them for damage, but also by putting them on the right lanes. Tainted Ale is nice because it can hit enemy by 2, and you don't need to apply the damage right now. You can play Tainted Ale, wait until you need to line up them, let's say, right before you play Igni, and then you just use the damage ticks to line them up. And then you also have Eithne because Tainted Ale only does 2 damage, but Eithne does 1 damage, so you can really really stagger them as you like it, because you have the full flexibility through Eithne. And yeah, right brigade is just movement. And Kieran, I put it in like a bit on the side because it's typically I don't use Kieran to align a unit, but most of the time I just use it to prevent an enemy lock, because we want to, for example, keep the Tainted Ale maybe to line up instead of killing an engine. So Kieran is my way of locking an engine and just removing it from board if it's really dangerous from the enemy side. We also have more setup helpers, and those are mostly damages. So for example, we have Milane, who either does 4 damage. If you have like a big unit you need to get on a line, like let's say the 10 to 18, and you want to get the 18 down to 14, so you can 4 damage it down to 10 for the Igni. But she's also helpful in placing her the range row and just doing 4 single target attacks. For example, if there are the enemy has more units on the row, so that's pretty decent. And the same is Archer. Archer is like the tuned on Milane, just as either 2 damage or 1 damage on 1 damage on 2 separate enemies. So just is amazing in run 3 to line them up. Also good in run 1 if you need people get units down to 3 for Shirru. And then we have the Skirmisher, which is 3 damage, nice, and the Swordmasters. And the Swordmasters are pretty decent because you play them early. Especially in round 1 they're good, because you can, for example, if you play against Skellige, you can just tick all the 4-point units just once, so they're at 3, and then you have like this big 15-point Shirru finish at the end. So pretty good. Then we have Dryads, and Dryads are a strange bunch. Because, first of all, we have Falf with Waters of Brokilon, which spawns 2 fledglings right away. Then we have like fledglings in the deck as well. And the funny thing is with what I'm typically using my Dryad Fledgling in this deck are for bait. So instead of playing the Elven Swordmaster first, I'm playing the Dryad Fledgling. If it stays, good, because it gets even more value by putting in Swordmaster after it, because it already triggers because of the Elf tag, right? But if the enemy removes it, that's fine as well, because then my Elven Swordmaster will stay on the board, and my Swordmaster is more important to me than the Fledgling, because the Fledgling is just poor points, while the Swordmaster enables me to set up the Shirru even better. So it's good to play them first, that's what I'm saying. And early. Then we have the Sentinels, which are a bit of fitting, which is pretty nice. They're also 2 points of damage. You typically want to trigger the Death Wish, so don't use them to set up Shirru. But it's, yeah, fitting and 6 points becomes pretty decent often. And you can enable them easily by, for example, using an Eithne Charge. And then we have her. And I don't know, this is my mulligan card typically, because you don't often have like 3 or more Dryads on the board, and I typically don't want to have this, because I want to have like a mixture of dwarves, elves, dragons, and so on to actually stagger my Dryad Fledglings. So if you see it, just mulligan it, and if it's stuck in your hand, or if you need to mulligan some others, then at least ensure that you have, for example, the Sentinels on the field, or Waters of Brokilon, then she actually gets some value. Next one are our tempo cards. Because if we get bled, or especially in round 1 when the enemy pushes round 1, we just need to get like a lot of tempo on the board to survive the round and actually win it. And that's why we have like the big guns, we have Synthesis, and we have No Regret Justice, which spawns 2 of the Cleaver's muscles. And Synthesis is an easy 8-point immune drop, so it won't get removed. And also No Regret Justice spawns like 2 5-point dwarves with shield, so it's also very hard to remove them as well. So just solid tempo, and not as easy to remove. So if you need tempo, you just play them in. That should get you over the rounds. And that's about the cards, basically. Let's quickly look at the mulligan, especially round 1 mulligan. There are some cards you want to have in round 1 for sure. So we're talking about round 1 here, not about round 3, because that depends. For example, like if you get in Igni in round 1, I still won't mulligan it. I still keep it to my hand because I will need it in round 3. Same with Roll Decree, for example. But I'm not sure if I want to use them in round 1. If the enemy forces me to play all 10 cards, then so be it. We need to win round 1. But typically you want to keep, for example, Royal Decree also for round 3 to pull whatever you need. Yeah. And what do we have here? We have Falf, easy. We want to have the engine value for round 1, Shirru because it's our finisher in round 1, Sentinels in round 1 because we wanna fin. At this point, you should also mention, of course, if you have 2 Sentinels, you're going to mulligan 1, otherwise it won't pull 1. Same if you have 4, you don't want to keep Waters of Brokilon, because 4 will pull the Waters of Brokilon for you and immediately gets you 2 Dreads. Typically, you don't want to play Waters of Brokilon without 4, except you have, for example, a Sentinel already on the board, then you spawn 2 Dreads, fine as well. Not best, of course, so try to get 4 instead of Waters of Brokilon if you can. Roll Decree is always good. Synthesis, as we said. Tempo, same with No Regret Justice. Both good tempo cards. Also means, like, if you have already 2 Cleaver's Muscle in your hand in round 1, you don't want to have that, because otherwise No Regret Justice won't be able to pull a Cleaver's Muscle and spawn a copy of it. So you need to have at least one of those in the deck. That be careful in round 1 mulligan. So basically, if you see the cards down there free, you immediately try to mulligan some of those, or otherwise you will get stuck. And then I would say let's just head into some example matches, how this deck plays out. Also, I need to be sorry right in the front because the music is very loud in those matches. I know of it, but I just noticed after I record the matches, so I'm sorry. Next videos the music will be tuned down a bit. I hope you enjoyed anyways. And that, let's head into the matches. Dijkstra. Glad to see you as part of this camp. Good then, let's see. I see a lot of Druids. Shirru, okay. We need Shirru Swordmaster combo. I'm really not sure about you guys. Okay, you can get 4th now. Question is if I really want to use 4th here. It depends what's playing, I guess. Okay, let's see. So a lot of crimes. He's already 4 right now. Yeah, let's do it. If he plays Poil, we can play 4.
Mighty Eithne won't let us talk to strangers.
So we know a lot of feeling.
Taste still upon my lips.
As long as this is not bonded, we are fine, I guess. How lucky are you? This is... I hate this.
My name? I don't recall.
We'll just kill it again. I think we just lose the round. This is it. Okay, that's the good thing there.
That hurts! Good. I was starting to worry.
Okay, let's start killing some stuff here.
Scoia'tael! Attack!
Next one we can kill with the archer and get some more harmony going.
In this world, only 2 things are certain.
Cliff removal, sadly. Let's play the
Swords I smile
We just
at,
killed
weapons
that
laugh to scorn.
Or do we let it grow? And then Shirru? It's also an option. We could Shirru those 3. If we hit this down to 4 again.
Shh! This one, the tackler.
Did he? I think he overspent here. Yeah, pretty good. So is the point where we just exit? And we could win this by, let me see. Three, 6, 9. It's only 9, 12, 30. If he passes now, if he doesn't pass now, then pass probably. If he passes now we win the round. If not then oh god. Lots of carryover. It's like 9 crowns carryover. Dijkstra is actually pretty good, I guess. Questions was stronger. I think Dijkstra is trying a good run, right? Because he has like way more carryover than the others.
I've no mercy for your kind.
Okay, we at least got Philippa out, so that's nice. Shirru gets 3 more points. So 1, this is 3, 6, 9, 12. 15 points Shirru. What do we do? If you play this, you get 5. Then we're at 21. That's not enough. If you play dragon, it would be. Can we play dragon? Let's play dragon. Let me see now. 3, 6, 9, 12. I can't hit anything. Do we need to... Wait. 15, right? Yeah, 15 is enough. I don't burn anything for myself. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay. Why did I burn on my side? Oh, wait, Shirru burns himself? Oh, that's what I miscalculated there. Sure. I had a different in memory. I thought she destroys all the others. I mean, I know they changed it, but I thought they changed it. Flashlight. So you need to draw Igni now. He has like 8 coins carryover. 8 coins.
Knees are drowning in shite, but me head's in the
Okay.
clouds.
At least the heart didn't work. Okay, at least we draw Igni. A would be nice. But we have 2 bombs we don't want to draw. So I guess we keep it. This is nice for setting up Igni. This becomes a 6 if this works out. We have some proactive plays. Let's see. Let's see how big he goes and like how big of an impact Igni will be. Okay, that's what I'm saying. This is where we're gonna go. That's why we want to have proactive plays like this one.
Next time it'll be personal.
He has a carry, like he has 16 coins just like in his bank, so to say. This is unlimited charges. It's insane.
Oh, that stitching. Zeracanian, is it?
Use self by 1. Yeah, it's just... That is... We kill you is the question. I would need to use my last Eithne ticks for that, and I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. So I think we just try to line you up later for Igni.
Get out, you balding-faced baby.
Oh, we don't care about you right now. You will just an Igni target later.
Officials torn out. Mop up the blood slick.
He's trying to do a combo.
Dearest, it matches your eyes.
I can do it again and again.
As a girl, I always dreamed of having
That's so
trips like
amazing.
these.
Can do it even like even more. To be honest, I think we just kill the townsfolk later. I just don't even care about them right now. I think I want to kill Igor though.
Follow me this way.
Later we use Art and Eithne to line them up, I guess. I think Townsfolk is definitely the Igni target here. This could be an interesting match. Let's see. Nice. Oh, Townsfolk. This deck is quite nicely done. What we're going to do now is kill the Eagle. Don't want to have more Townsfolk. Is this a mess here? Nice. Oh, we should do it right now, I guess. Otherwise he kills that as well. We need to hit this like with the archer. We move this here.
Do you have a loyalty discount?
Yeah, well, really. I do agree. I really think we move this here. But how do I art this? Kind of getting too far away.
Slaughter them to a man!
We have 2 damage for Archer. We can get free at 7, I think. Yeah, I think we can get free at 7. Let's see. Precious can back there. He steals the brothers. Alternatively, we let those be and try to hit 3 of those. So we could go for 3 or 3. No, 3 or 4, right? Yeah, 3. Yeah, exactly. We could go 3 or 4. If you go this to the back, then it's better. Say 30. Yeah, I think it's better, right? Don't take the big ones. Just take we take the 4 on the back side. And if he tries to like buff those up in the back, what we're trying to do then is Igni this. We are flexible. That's the thing. I think I'll line up those now. So both rows are ignorable. Let's see which row, or if he just Basori, then it's like kind of like that's amazing. He doesn't even use the friends. How much power do I need? 32. This is 28. This is 32. Back to right.
Let's get this over with.
There we go. Nice. It is amazing. I have not played a single leader twice today. I am so in love with this patch right now. Monsters High, I think, is the weakest faction right now. So it's okay. Waters. Where's Falv? Do I play Druids here? I mean, Deathwish will. Play Grove Keeper. Ha! There you are. Amazing. Now I can't kill with Waters. You are. Just played AL. Also play Muslim. If I play Flatling, he just triggers it. Do I want to play? Nah. What do I do here? Let's play AL. Worst case we play Sentinel next round. Then afterwards we play Waters maybe. And just ignore you. I actually don't like this skin. It's strange. I think his original skin is way better. So if I hit this, he would just hit a 2. Wait, we can just kill it and then... Well, actually, it's way better. This makes way more sense. Now we played around all the death wishes. I like it. Thank you, Ale. I could theoretically kinda safely play Waters, I think. I really think we should play Waters too. If you want to do this round, which we want to do,
the forest is new.
then we need some engines. I'm tempted to just play really greedy here.
Life is fleeting,
Because he hasn't
yet life
any...
is eternal.
He didn't play another deficient now. Okay. Cool, okay, so kill. Didn't matter. Playing for dominance.
Get out, you bald-faced baby!
Still get 2 of those. I have an elf and so on and so on. You, on the other hand, you are a pain because if he really wants to go to the last card, then I can't use you. I also don't want to play Igni this round. Ha! He's playing the else here.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
I mean, this is easy.
Humans are not to be trusted.
I'm going to let you live. See if he plays Renew or something as well. I want to play Igni. I want to go out after the round. Can I just pass? After locking your KLs, you want to play a long round. Actually, what he wants to do is he wants to play 3 rounds, but. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm thinking of just playing 4 here to get rid of it. like Eithne is just way more useful. So I wanna keep my charges for the perfect Eithne setup. This is amazing. Now I can dry pass run 2, play in a long run 3. Let's see what we can do. I keep you for one more round. That's good. I'm looking for the good stuff, like justice. Not sure about Shirru's to use Igni. Milan though is something I would like to have art. Okay. Drop your shitty cards. It's actually okay. There's something in my eye. Well, anyway, okay, Shirru, question here. Do we keep it? Not sure how much value I can get from it. Come on. I mean, there's only good stuff in there. Freeze. How many freeze does he have? Problem is, like, if I don't play Igni or Shirru, right? They don't mix. I'm actually playing Drag instead of Swordmaster because I want to take, like, she should be the one to hit, yeah, just getting hit by the Rotfiend. Perfect. Now this has a chance to survive. Maybe. If I play Shield.
Oh, you've done it now.
I play as Swordmaster, so Rotfiend has a 50-50 chance to go shitty. Oh, he actually doesn't. Why do you kill the shield? I don't get it.
Swords I smile at,
I mean, it's fine for
weapons
me,
laugh
I don't
to
care.
scorn.
Okay, so I need to play this immediately. Do we like how do we do this? Do we line demo? Or do we think we get even higher? I think we get even higher, so right? Do we go for the 10 or do we go for 60s?
Scoia'tael! Attack!
For now, I let the 10 be 10. Exactly, because we get definitely high units here. It's just that we don't have any drive. So we have art or melee to pull, depending what we need. If we need movement, we play art. Okay, we definitely need movement. I'm gonna line those up against. Yeah, I'm not sure if you even need to line them up. What is this? Maybe this is both more anyway. Not sure if you can line them up. Maybe just eat the big cane of Igni. Yeah, you are playing the lane and try to line up. What is melee? 4. So we could get it to 14, which is okay to line up. Do we lane it right now? Questions or questions, really depends because he can still eat something.
Slaughter them to a man!
Because now he needs to eat something from Dijkstra or he plays something. So he would need to eat the feed probably. That's pretty good, but I don't have too many high units. I think we just melee it, and he eats something then. So let's see, if we melee it, he's got 12. And he eats the field, let's say, or whatever comes here. Let's say it's a 4-point unit, and it's at 16. We have 5 Swordmasters, so it's actually fine. If he eats a 5, no problem. But then we can still eat a big kill. We're waiting with the Swordmaster. Do we? But then if it's more than 4, we have a problem. Do you think he kills the Swordmaster? Yes, it's probably 4. Nice.